Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, um, it just seems kind of weird that next month is gonna be 20 years since we had YouTube, but just doesn't seem like that, you know? So, considering all of that, I think when it comes to YouTube's impact, it kind of goes in a lot of areas, where if it's in terms of technology or in terms of politics, in terms of um, you know entertainment in some ways, so that is just one of the things I have to mention here. So considering all of that, I think in terms of technology, it was one of those little things that I just didn't even realize at that time. It's like, what is like right in front of me? My phone and this tablet over here is one of the other technological advances. It partially because of like YouTube and other things after that. You know, so considering all of that, like the version of Windows that was out at the time was, Windows XP, and then, whatever version of Mac that was available at the time and all of that. And then, of course, back then, there were like smartphones, but it was more like Blackberries and then whatever, like, I think it was Nokia phones or Windows mobile phones and all that before whatchamacallit came about. You know, I forget, what was it, like the iPhones. I forgot all about iPhones. But still, I mean, that's just one of the things that's hard to think about it. That in about another couple more years, it's going to be 20 years since we have iPhones, 20 years since we had Androids and all of that. It was just something that's just interesting to think about all that. But then back in the day, if we wanted to get on YouTube and all that, we would have to have a Flash player as far as that goes. And now Flash doesn't exist anymore, was one of the things there. And then considering, like, at the time, like, what was like the best browser back then was, of course, like, Internet Explorer, before everybody had switched over to Firefox and Chrome or Safari or even Opera for that matter. But in a way, I mean, for the record, it's like, for me, I'm using like Opera, on that note. But still, it just seems kind of strange how much has changed when it comes to like the internet itself, as far as that goes. But considering, like, in terms of like, politics and all that, I mean, a lot has like shifted so much at that point. But that's just going to be a separate video in and of itself of that sort. But I think when it comes to a lot of things, I don't know. But I have this sort of feeling that YouTube is probably going to still be around for another 20 or 30 or 40 years, or something like that, I mean, because it's so much ingrained in our daily lives, just as much as like with TikTok and all the other little internet platforms of that sort. So, anyways, I guess that's probably it. So, talk to you guys later.